I very much doubt we're going to get much of a disagreement on this topic. If someone were to pick somebody else, I'd really like to hear their justification. Surely, Fighter of the Year for 2018 is Oleksandr Usyk, the undisputed cruiserweight champion of the world, and the man who has heavyweight aspirations. I think the last time, perhaps if we're going to use Ring Magazine as something of a reference tool, the last time somebody was as deserving and as clear-cut of a winner of the Fighter of the Year award was probably Manny Pacquiao, I think, back in 2009, when he smashed Ricky Hatton and when he dismantled Miguel Cotto over 12 rounds. Usyk is so much further ahead than anybody else. Who would be second? It's hard to say. Canelo Alvarez, yeah, he officially got the victory over Golovkin, but for somebody like myself, perhaps in a bit of a smaller percentage in a way, one of the people who was less outraged about it and didn't mind him getting the win, even still, I still scored it officially a draw. So there was nothing really clear-cut about that win. Now, yeah, I know he has kept himself ticked over, but just smashing people we know he can smash. Srisaket Rungvisai had a great win at the beginning of the year against Juan Francisco Estrada, but then didn't do much. Vasily Lomachenko, very good win against Jorge Linares, and then also Terence Crawford. Real great skills, but the opponents just haven't been there still for this year. So Usyk really, to fight 3 outstanding challengers in a single year when just fighting twice in a year is becoming the norm, and that normally against one meaningful fight and sometimes the second one's a throwaway one, to fight 3 guys who really deserved it. Nonetheless, 2 of them champions, the other guy considered perhaps still a bit of a boogeyman, and to fight them all in their backyards. Briedis in Latvia, Gassiev in Russia, Tony Bellew in England. You just got to give a big round of applause. It kind of reminds me of when Carlos Monzon was made Fighter of the Year back in 1972. He weirdly shared the award with Muhammad Ali. Bit odd, don't necessarily agree when Ring Magazine did that, but he did. But Monzon fought 4 times that year, a real globetrotter. He fought last in his home country of Argentina with probably his best win against Bad Benny Briscoe. But before that, he'd fought in France, Copenhagen and Italy, and it just gives it that extra flavour. Now, if we analyse as well the performances, what Usyk showed us as a fighter, some people said, oh, he looked a bit hittable against Briedis. Yeah, but he still definitely beat Briedis. And at the same time, what did he show while getting hit? You know, he showed his grit. He's not the kind of fancy Dan who has to stay on the outside and make sure he doesn't get hit or he freaks out. He wasn't a control guy like a Vladimir Klitschko who didn't like getting hit and everything had to be so. Even though he's a pretty big cruiserweight, he doesn't hide behind those physical advantages. He likes getting stuck in. He has that crazy glint in his eye. And again, whatever times he got touched up in that fight, he totally pardoned by absolutely nullifying Gassiev. Nobody will ever make Murat Gassiev look so impotent as the rest of his career goes, no question. And while some tried to discredit Tony Bellew, saying he only won a vacant belt, whatnot, he wasn't that great, Usyk, I think, kind of made up the slack with that criticism by adapting in the fight clearly against an underrated, tricky fighter, and then, of course, finishing him conclusively. So what can you say? Awesome. It's one of the best single years you will see in a long time. 3 deserving challengers, all beaten convincingly, showing different things. He can adapt in different ways. Just an awesome fighter at the moment. And yes, he does have heavyweight aspirations. The fact they are pretty hazardous aspirations, I think, is just what, for me, I think retrospectively, going to underline when it's all said and done that 2018 really was the year of Oleksandr Usyk.